everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. Today in this video, we are going to see how to create VBOUT contact on swipe pages form submission. So here my objective is that whenever a form will be submitted in swipe pages, then automatically a contact should be created in VBOUT account. And for that, I'm simply going to create a connection between swipe pages and VBOUT with the help of Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect works on two principles. First is trigger and second is action. Here my trigger application is swipe pages and my action application is VBOUT. To learn how to do this, let me take you to my screen. In this video, we are going to see how to create a contact in VBOUT on swipe pages form submission automatically. And for that, we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which will help us to automate this entire process. So as you can see over here that this is the landing page of this software. On my right hand side, you can see two options over here, sign in and sign up free. If you are an existing user, then simply click on sign in. But if you are a new user, then please click on this tab, sign up free. It won't take more than 2 minutes. And yes, you will also get 100 free tasks every month. So I'm simply going to click on sign in as I am an existing user. And here we have reached all Pabbly application page. Now let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. Now if you want to create a new folder, then simply click on this plus icon over here and create a new folder. As I want to create a new folder for my new workflow, so I'm simply going to click on this. And here a dialog box has appeared, which is asking us to name the folder. So I am going to name my folder as swipe pages to VBOUT. Now let's click on create folder. And we have successfully created a folder named as swipe pages to VBOUT. Now again on my right hand side, you can see a tab named as create workflow. Let's click on this. And here a dialog box has appeared, which is asking us to name the workflow. So I am going to name my workflow as create VBOUT contact on swipe pages form submission. And as you can see over here that I have selected a folder named as swipe pages to VBOUT, which I have created just now. By clicking on this drop down over here, you will find all the folders which we have created earlier. Now let's click on create. So as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got us to extremely important events. First is trigger and second is action. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, my trigger application is going to be swipe pages. Let's click on this. And now we have to select a trigger event. This is the event which will make your workflow start. Let's click on this. And here you will find two options, new form submission and new order. So I'm simply going to click on new form submission and it says triggers when a new form submission occurs. Let's select this. Now as you can see over here that we have received a webhook URL over here which will act as a bridge between swipe pages and our Pabbly Connect. And given below here are the steps to set up this webhook URL. So firstly, I'm going to copy this webhook URL from here. And now according to the instructions and the steps given over here, let me tell you how to set up this webhook URL. And for that, let's go to swipe pages. And this is the landing page of swipe pages. And now I'm going to click on integration over here. Here in integration, I'm going to click on integrations. And after that, I'm going to click on get started. And now here I'm going to create a new workflow by simply clicking on this tab, create a new workflow. And now we have to give a name to our workflow. And for that, I'm going to name it as testing. After that, click on next. And now to start a new workflow, we have to set up our triggers and actions. And for triggers, I'm going to drag and drop form submission over here. And now to set up my trigger, I'm going to click on this. And after that, here we have to select page and funnel. And for pages, I'm going to click on this drop down over here. Then I'm going to select selected pages. And after that, in selected pages, I'm going to select integration. And now for the funnel, I'm going to click on this drop down and I'm going to select any funnel. And after that, click on next. And we have successfully set up our trigger. And now to set up action, I'm going to drag and drop send webhook over here. And now I'm going to connect my trigger and actions together. And now to set up my action, I'm going to click on this. And here we have to paste the webhook URL which we have received through Pabbly Connect. So as I've already copied the webhook URL from Pabbly Connect, so I'm simply going to paste it over here. And I have selected my method as post. You can select any method as you want to by clicking on this drop down over here. I have selected my webhook body as first name, last name, email, phone number and the gender. If you want to add more webhook headers, then click on this add property, and for that you just need to enter the key over here, and for the key you need to enter the value. So as I do not want to add more key and value, so I'm simply going to click on run a test, and it says send a test run, and now I'm going to click on save changes. So as we have successfully set up trigger and action, so I'm simply going to activate this workflow now. And our workflow is successfully activated. Now let's go back to our Pabbly Connect account. And as you can see over here that we have received a test response over here. And now I'm going to do a test submission. And for that, I'm going to click on recapture webhook response. After that, click on yes. And now there is a note which says now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission or record so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. And for that, let's go to swipe pages. And here in integration, I'm going to select this variant A over here, and I'm going to preview this by clicking on this 3 dots over here. So this is the form, and I'm going to enter all the dummy details over here to do a test submission. So as you can see over here that I have successfully entered all the dummy details over here, and the first name is current, last name is user, email address is currentuser@pabblytunes.com, the gender is male, and the phone number is this. Now I'm simply going to submit this form by clicking on submit. And we have successfully submitted our form. Let's go to our Pabbly Connect account and check whether we have received a response or not. And as you can see over here that we have successfully received a response, and the phone number is this, email address is currentuser@pabblytunes.com, the first name is current, last name is user, and the gender is male, which means we have successfully set up our trigger application and we have successfully connected our swipe pages with our Pabbly Connect account. Now my action application is going to be VBOUT. Let's click on this. And after that, we have to select an action event, and here you will find various action events, but I'm simply going to select add contact to list. Let's select this. After that, click on connect. And now to connect our VBOUT account with our Pabbly Connect account, we need to set up a connection. For that, I'm simply going to select add new connection, but if you have an existing connection, please select existing connection. Now to add a new connection, we have to enter API user key over here, and to enter the API user key, we have the instructions given below here which says go to settings and then API integration, and after that you will find API user key. So let's go to VBOUT account, and here we have to click on the profile icon and then go to settings, and here in settings I'm going to click on API integrations. And this is your unique API user key. So I'm going to view this API key. After that, I'm going to copy this key from here. And then I'm going to paste it here in my Pabbly Connect account. So as I have entered the required detail to add a new connection, so I'm simply going to click on save. And we have successfully connected our VBOUT account with our Pabbly Connect account. Now let's move ahead. Here we have to select a list ID which is required. So I have selected my list ID as swipe pages submission, as whenever a form will be submitted through swipe pages, then automatically a contact should be created here in my VBOUT account. Now we have to enter the email address which is required, and for that I'm going to use a method called as mapping. Basically, mapping means to insert the data from the previous step. And I'm going to map the email address from the previous response which I have received through swipe pages. And the email address is currentuser@pabblytunes.com. Now we have to select the status which is also required. And for that, I'm going to select active. IP address is not required, so I'm leaving it empty over here. Now we have to enter the first name and the last name. And for that, I'm going to map both the details. So the first name is current and the last name is user. So as I have already mapped the email address over here, so I'm not going to map the email address again. Now we have to enter the cell phone and the mobile number is this. And here we have to select the gender, and we have received a gender as male in our previous response. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as you can see over here that we have received a positive response, and the data item says your contact has been created successfully, which means we have successfully created a contact in our VBOUT account. So now let's go to VBOUT account and check whether we have created a contact or not. And here go to contacts. And as you can see over here that we have successfully created a contact. This is the phone number, this is the list name which I have selected as swipe pages submission, and this is the email address of the user which is current user @pabblytudes.com, and the status is active, which means we have successfully connected swipe pages with VBOUT with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now let's go back to our Pabbly Connect account. So as we have successfully set up our trigger and action application and it was a successful workflow, so let's summarize this quickly. Here my trigger application is swipe pages and my trigger event is new form submission. Here my action application is VBOUT and my action event is add contact to list. And if you also want to create VBOUT contact on swipe pages form submission, then simply follow this workflow step by step. Hope this video was a helpful one. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, then you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, then you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. If you want to ask any pricing related issue, then you can directly reach out to us at this website. And if you find this video helpful in any way, then do not forget to share it with your friends. And please subscribe to our channel to learn more such automations.